We waited a lot, maybe even too much, but finally the Guild of Guardian Pets are here. And they are super cute. But are they actually worth? Well, today we will go through everything that you need to know about those pets, so the price, the effect and so on, for see if they are worth for you. So let's jump into the video. But before, remember, I'm giving away 10 pets, of which one rare. So if you want to try to win a free pet, actually the chance is pretty high since they are a lot, just drop a like, comment and follow my channel, and even enter in my Discord, where there are a lot more of other Guild of Guardian players, and by doing so, other than winning a pet, you will even win other giveaways and money that I actually give away on my channel, and you will not miss chance like this one, for example, where there was a $1 million airdrop I made a video about, and you probably didn't saw that because you were not in my Discord, my Twitter or my YouTube. So yeah, be sure to enter inside the giveaway. And now let's jump inside the video for see how actually worth those pets are. So first of all, for decide if those pets are worth or not, we gotta see their prices, because those will actually change everything. So as you can see, the lowest you can go is $2 and the highest is 250. And why that big difference? Well, essentially because there are different tiers like for the Guardians. So there are the common, rare, epic and legendary pet. And those will have both kinda different number of ability and even different abilities. So this is why the different prices, and even inside the same rarity there are some pets that are more pricey or less based on how people think their ability are good. So essentially the common will be around $2-3, the rare will be around $15. So another time like enter my giveaway because you can win totally for free $15 just by putting a like, comment and so on. Then the epic are around $50, the legendary are around $250. So as you can see, the prices kinda pump a lot with the rarity. But why? So let's go check what those pets actually do and if their price is worth it. First of all, the pet will be available from the 27th November, so they actually are literally already there essentially. And the pet will be the companion to the commander and their guardians. So essentially you can have some pet, but how many you can utilize? So we will check that. First of all, let's go through check the rarity. So the rarity can be common, rare, and those will have one passive skill. Epic and legendary will have two. So already you can understand why epic and legendary have higher prices, because they actually have the double of the abilities. And we will even check the ability. Their ability are pretty much better. So you have the double of the abilities and they are even better. But another really important thing is that you can have a maximum of 3 pets. So this means that if you go with 3 common, you will have only 3 abilities, when instead if you go with legendary and epic, you will have maximum of 6 passive skill active. This is really important because it actually gives more value to the higher rarity ones, because if not, you could have just bought probably like 200 common for like $400 and you would have had like a lot of abilities. While instead in this way, you give more value to the ones that can have more abilities. And this is even why the price is so higher. So as you can see, by the way, the art is just amazing for those pets. But now let's go check the skills. So as you can see, the pet divide in 3 major groups that are workers, scout and hunters. So each one of those categories will have a common, a rare, a epic and a legendary. As you can see, there are even the rarity of the abilities. So this ability essentially is for the common, then for the rare, epic and the legendary. And obviously the legendary will have 2 and even the epic. So the legendary will have the yellow ability and the purple one, while instead the epic ones will have the yellow ability and the blue one. So the main difference from epic to legendary is that the epic have the blue and the legendary have the purple. Although the purple ability is actually pretty solid. So yeah, the legendary are pretty good. Now actually let's go check all those pets. But before that, the last important thing to know is that essentially there will be this mark, this like doggy feet, that mark that reward you will get thanks to the pet. So actually essentially that will show you that you are getting your money worth. And as you can see, this one is like kinda glowy. This means that essentially the ability of your pet had to crit up so that it actually high rolled, because yes, those ability, as we will see, they all work on probability and you can even high roll that and get higher rewards. But now let's go literally check all those pets. So the first set of pets are the worker, and from common to legendary they are Trixie, Krios, Namur and Cadmus. I hope I will pronounce all those names well, but probably not. As you can see, another time, all those pets are literally awesome. So the first one is Trixie, that is the common, and essentially, like for all the ability of those pets, they will proc after completing a dungeon in adventure mode. So all the abilities proc on adventure mode. So now adventure mode is even more important because it procs the effect of your pets. So essentially, after completing any dungeon in adventure mode, there is 8% chance of obtaining 3 Imperial Souls, and after achieving those rewards, there is other 10% of getting 12. So this is essentially the high roll I was talking about. So 8% for get 3 Imperial pesos. This is, to be honest, not that amazing, although you gotta think that that is for $2, and $2 one time buy, so after you spend $2 one time, you literally have this ability forever. And this is why I think actually the pet are worth it. Like, if you don't have the money for go on higher tier pet, you should probably, obviously, as always, no financial advice, but if you have in plan to play Guild of Guardian for still a lot, you should probably buy at least a $2 one, because those are literally all-time effect. You will have forever those, and as long as you play, you will get back your $2 actually pretty easy, because $2 are super little, and stacking up all those souls will be kinda worth for upgrade your guardians. But obviously there will be better pets with better ability that maybe if you have a bit more budget you can go for. And for example, this one give you Imperial Soul, then there will be another common that will give Keeper Soul, and so on. So there will be for each type of guardian in each type of common pet, for worker, scouter, and so on. So the second pet instead of worker is Krios, that is the rare one, and essentially the rare we start to see a bit different abilities for each type of pet. So Krios essentially will give you a 9% chance always after adventure mode of getting a power stone, so essentially legendary, so actually it's pretty good power stone. So those are the ones that you utilize for upgrade your gear, so actually they are pretty useful, although one is probably too low. Then you have a 10% chance after that 9% of a roll 4, so this is already better, although yeah, this chance is maybe a bit too little in my opinion. We will see later in this video on other pets that in my opinion there are better rares and more useful. Then we have the epic that is Namur, and they will have, as I said you before, the rare ability that is Mighty Miner. Even this one has Mighty Miner with 9% for Power Stone and 10% for 4, but on top of that you have another ability that is the legendary ability. Well, you get after completing any dungeon 10% chance to get crafting material box for strength, and actually you have a 10% more to get 5 crafting material boxes. So those boxes are actually really good if you have a lot of strength. This is actually a really solid pet, because another time those epic pet I think are kinda the good spot. So if you're a whale, probably you just go for all the 3 legendary, but if you are like just a player that has a bunch of money to invest, in my opinion the epic are really a sweet spot, because having 2 ability is really good, and actually the rare ability are really good as well, the majority of them. So getting 2 ability instead of 1 is pretty much worth it, even because another time price difference is not that huge, so it's like probably $30, and actually this is forever, so $90 forever, 3 disability forever for each type of guardian, in my opinion is pretty juicy. Obviously if you don't use the strength guardians, you probably leave this one as rare just for this and go for the other 2 on epic, forget the boxes for intelligence and so on. But let's continue to check all the abilities. So the legendary essentially will have the same legendary abilities, so Mighty Infuser with the crafting box for strength and so on. This is why I think the legendary are actually good, but at the same time even the epic are really good, so if you have less budget it's totally good to go for epic in my opinion. But on top of that, the legendary have a new abilities that is essentially the purple on the image, that are those, so crafting energy, adventure energy, and endless coin. This one has the crafting energy 12% chance, so even higher chance to get 10 crafting energy, and after that other 10% to get 25. To be honest, crafting energy is really important inside this game, so if you have the budget this is probably a solid buy, because crafting energy is super important in this game. If you play Guild of Guardian, you know already it kinda make you progress a lot faster if you can craft out of gear and so on. So obviously this ability is just amazing. The only drawback is that this guy costs 230 actually, probably this one. Obviously is a lot of budget more, forget just this ability. This is a thing you gotta keep in mind. In my opinion, another time the epic, if you have a solid budget, are still the good spot. If you are totally free to play player, just go for the common, and instead if you have a little budget, go for the rare. If you are a whale, go for the legendary. This is kind of what will be. But let's continue for all the abilities, because as I told you, there are some ability, like for example the mighty, that essentially are the same for every legendary just for different type, or even the common are the same just for different soul, while instead the rare ability and the legendary first ability literally change totally. So let's go check those different abilities, because there are some that are actually really useful. So the second group are the scouts, where from common to legendary are Reina, Stipe, Onyx, and Celine. So Reina essentially give you the keeper soul, so 8% for 3 keeper soul and 10% for 12 keeper soul. Obviously for all those common, if you utilize more one type of guardian, obviously take the ones that give you the soul for that type of guardian so you can increase your guardian. I can't tell you which one is better for you because kinda depends essentially everything on your team. Then the rare one, that is essentially where the ability change, we have adventure mode. There is 9% of chance to get 10 arena coins and 10% to get 40. To be honest, this one I don't super love because I think arena coins are not that hard to get. Kinda depends even on your situation. So if you are really a good player with a lot of guardian, you probably earn already a lot of arena coins, so you probably don't need 10 arena coin here and there. But maybe if you are a free-to-play player and you have hard times to get some arena coin, those 10 arena coin and 40 sometimes can really buff your total score of coin. In my opinion, this though is not that amazing skill. Actually, the best one of those skill will be at the end, the one I like the most, so let's go check that after. Then we have Onyx, that is the epic, essentially have the same arena effect. On top of that, you have 10% of chance to get the magic box of agility and other 10% to get 5 of agility, so it's literally as the same as before, but for agility. So another time, this skill is, in my opinion, really strong. These crafting box are really useful. Just pick the ones of the team that you utilize. So if you have like only 1 agility, I would probably not pick that, but if you have 3 intelligence, I would probably pick the one for intelligence. So you gotta make your own math and your own case. Then the legendary is Celine. Celine has the same of the crafting boxes. Another time, one of the 2 ability from legendary and epic is the same. The one that is different instead is the endless coin. So essentially you get 12% chance of getting 50 coin and other 10% for get 250. To be honest, I think this one is the worst legendary because in my opinion the endless coin are not that hard to be made, while instead the others, so the crafting energy and the adventure energy, are really useful. This one is maybe a bit less useful because you probably can make already a lot of coin on your own, and you can see that even from the token drop price. So this one is the only one, as you can see, at $190, while instead the other 2 are $230 and $250. Obviously, another time, if you want more endless coin, you should get this one. And then we have the last, that are the hunters, that in my opinion have the best rare ability. So let's go check that, and actually will be the one that I will give away. So it's literally the best rare that you can get. So another time, just drop a like, a comment with whatever, comment with the one you like the most from image. So actually I have even to think about mine, but Lucius is actually pretty bad, so yeah. So this one go from common to legendary: Rumus, Urska, Meku and Lucius. Rumus, another time, same ability, 8% chance for 3, 10% chance for 12, but in this case for Redeemer. So if you use another Redeemer, you gotta take Rumus if you go for the common path. Then we have Urska, that actually, if you can see there, the ability says the same before, but in my opinion is bugged. In my opinion is this one the ability that gives gold, because if you see the image actually on Hunter, you have the gold, and that can be actually even a good thing because this is totally the best ability in my opinion, at least. So maybe the price is still good because someone don't know that, but as you can see, Urska is literally the lowest one in the rare. When people will understand that this is his ability, he will pump higher than the other. Another time, no financial advice, but this ability, in my opinion, is the best of the rare ones, because essentially after completing adventure mode, you get 9% of get 50,000 gold and 10% of get 300,000 gold. Guys, if you play Guild of Guardian, you know how much important is gold. Like, it's literally pretty much what stops the progression of everything, because you always need more gold. You can buy Guardian, you can buy crafting box, you can buy everything, but the gold is always what it makes the most. So having a Guardian that can give you 300,000 gold after a normal adventure run, in my opinion, is just mind-blowing. In my opinion, is the best rare, and this even makes this one, Meku, the best epic, because it has that rare ability, and on top of that, it has the 10% chance of the material box but for intelligence, and 10% for 5 material box of intelligence. To be honest, I even think that intelligence is the most useful one, just because it's both used by support and mage, so you generally will have 2-3 intelligence inside a team. So actually the majority of your guardian will be intelligence. So in my opinion, Meku is the best pet overall, because the price is not huge, is literally like the same as other epic. As you can see, is 56, this one is 52, so it's $50, but both of the ability are amazing, the rare ability is amazing, and even this one of the crafting box I think is the best one. So it literally fused together the 2 best abilities in my opinion, and there are from him and legendary $200 difference that in my opinion if you're not a whale, they are not worth it. But actually, let's go check even the legendary, because we have Lucius, that actually I think is the best pet. It's not the best pet overall because this one costs $200, but as FX, I think this one is the best one. We'll just go through that. You have still the intelligence crafting box, so another time, in my opinion, the best crafting box. And on top of that, you have 12% chance of getting 1 restore point of adventure energy and 10% to get 5. So guys, this is really important to think, because first of all, adventure is already solid because it gives you really good reward, but on top of that now it will be even better, because those adventure essentially will make you proc more time the other 2 pet you have, because you make more adventure with the adventure energy, and with those adventure you will proc the effect of your other pet, because all the effect, as we saw, they proc on adventure energy after making a dungeon. So this one is kind of snowball, it will make you proc more time even all the other pet. And on top of that, you get even a really solid crafting material box for the best, that in my opinion is intelligence. So this is why Lucius is the best, and you can even see this from the price, because it's the highest price, so $250. Another time, if you're a whale, you could probably buy it, you probably can buy all the 3 legendary, but if you're not a whale, I think the sweet spot can be around the epic. If you're a free-to-play player, you probably can just go for all common and maybe just buy 1 rare of the one you like more, or maybe 1 epic at least of the type you use most of. So for example, if you're a free-to-play player but earn a bit, you can go with 2 common and maybe take Meku if you use a lot of intelligence, because you get the gold and intelligence box that both are really good. But actually, if you don't want to pay them, another time, remember I'm doing a giveaway of 10 pets, so you will most likely win something. So another time, just remember to drop a like, comment, follow my channel, and even enter on my Discord, because those are literally free money. And tell me in the comments if you want to see literally a tier list of all those pets, because I'm thinking to do that. So if we reach 50 likes and at least 20 comments, I will do a tier list for all the pets in Guild of Guardian. But before that, go check this video, and I guess see you to the next video.